everyone, I'm Nancy and I am the other half of the So-and-Sos. Today is January 24th, 2024, and I have been thinking for a while that maybe I would do a video to catch you up on what I have been working on. I do post on Instagram, but I thought it would be kind of fun to do a video. And anyway, so I know Kathy published a video yesterday, and so I'm not sure if I will wait a couple of days and then post this one, or if I will just post it. I guess you'll see, huh? Anyway, hopefully this video works. The first time I started it, I got about 30 minutes into it and it cut me off. And I don't know how to edit or any of that, so I didn't know how to splice two videos together, so we are starting over. Anyway, we had planned on doing a video together in December, and it just did not work out because my father-in-law passed away, and that kind of took up 2 weeks of my December, and then we had Christmas, and then anyway, and then we've had some horrible weather and just not able to make it work. So hopefully soon we will be able to get together and do a video. But so I thought, this is what I'm going to show you. I can't show you everything I've been working on, because if I did, we'd be here forever. It'd take all day. So I decided I would just pull out a few things that I finished in December and what I've been working on in January. And I have some FFOs, I have some wool applique, and I have some embroidery, and I have a quilt that I can show you. All right, let's start with my whips. So what I have is I have a basket that is what I'm currently working on, and every month, like the last couple of days of the month, I'll go through all my whips and decide on what I want to work on for the next month, and then I put them in this basket. And then I pull out kits. This year I have some kits that I have kitted up, charts that I've kitted up, and I've had kitted up for quite a few years. And if I don't pull them out and start them, then they will just stay kitted up. I do not enjoy starting a project, but after that first stitch is in, I will pull it out and I'll work on it, and I work through my whips. Even though I have quite a few, I do work through all my whips. So this year I'm going to pull out those kits that I've had kitted up, and I'm going to start. And I'm going to start what I want, when I want, and anyway, so I'm going to have several starts a year. So anyway, we'll start with what's in my basket. Full disclosure, there is no ironing that has been done. There will be zipper zipping, and there will be plastic rattling. So just to give you a fair warning for those who wear headphones. All right, so for my New Year's Day start, I did a stitch along with Kathy and with Jeanette from Crafty Cottage Stitches, and then my friend Carol and my friend Diane. And we decided all to start every opening flower. This is my working copy because things get destroyed in my project bags. And I didn't go through and pull charts. So what you're going to see is, if I have the chart, I have the chart. If I don't, I don't. So every opening flower. And this is where I'm at on mine. Let's see. There you go. Sorry, there's a light behind my screen here, and so if I hold it up too high, it shows the light. I love stitching on this. It is so much fun to work on. And I've just so enjoyed it. I started on the house last night. So excited to work on that house. Anything that has a house in it, I just love. I love stitching on houses. As I'm going through this, if I remember, because since I stopped doing videos with Kathy, I have stopped writing down what I'm using. So if I know the fabric I will tell you. This one I do. For those who are new here, I'm an Ada stitcher. I used to be exclusively 14 count, but now my preferred fabric is 18 count Ada. Because I love stitching with the one thread. So anyway, this is being stitched on Color and Cotton Vanilla 18 count. Oh, and I just love it. My own thread conversion. That's also another thing if you're new. I do thread conversions probably on everything. Mostly because I belong to the Color and Cotton Thread Club, so I pull that thread. I used to belong to Victorian Motto. It no longer exists, so I have a lot of that thread, and I use a lot of DMC. I don't have a whole lot of, so usually on charts I don't have called for anyway, so I just do my own thread conversion. That's where I'm at. Oh, look at that. The wings on the bird, they're all Smyrna crosses. Smyrna crosses, I'm not sure how to say that. Just love it. Anyway, this is fun. This has been a fun stitch, and thoroughly enjoy working on it. Alright, number 2 in my basket. This is my Sunday stitch. And I pulled this out in November, and so it's been my Sunday stitch in November and December when I haven't been traveling. And then I was so close, I thought at the end of December I was so close that I thought if I gave it one more month of Sundays, I could finish this, and I will have it finished this coming Sunday. It is Christmas at Hollyberry Farms by Stacy Nash. You're going to see a lot of Stacy Nash because I love her charts. And let's see, this is where I'm at. I cannot tell you the name of this fabric. It is an overdyed fabric that I spritzed with antiquing spray. I do know on this one, all the called for colors, the darker green, there is 2 different colors of green. They're just slightly, this one's slightly a shade lighter. This one is an anchor, and it's just an anchor green. This one is DMC 934. And I'm using an anchor white and an anchor red. The rest of it is DMC. Love this. All I have left on this one is I have another one of these leaves that goes right here. Then I have the berries, and then the lady that goes right there. And then this will be done. Also, I think I might, this is stitched, you can't see it. I might pull that out and do a different color there. I may just pull it out and just do the color that was used for and just use it for the alphabet, same color. Just love it. So excited. And then for February, what I usually do for my Sunday stitch is I'll take a whip that I have that has very little stitching and it's big, and then I'll pull it because I can get a lot done just on Sundays, it seems. So I'll have to go through my whips and decide what I'm going to work on next for Sundays. My next one is Grandmother's House by Told in the Garden. I am stitching this with all the called for DMCs. I am not stitching this top part up here or where it says Grandmother's House. And on this one I am using a 14 count Ada. The called for was 28 count, so it's the same size as it should be, but I am using 14. It is fabric that I dyed myself. I think I used Rit dye, and I think I used Evening Blue and Taupe, but I'm not 100% sure. And I did dye 2 pieces of this, and I will show you in a minute what I'm going to stitch on the other one. But all I have left is there's a few kids right here, and then I'm done with this one. So, and I'm doing a 3-day rotation, and so I've been working on new starts on Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and I've been pulling old whips for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So this one is going to be pulled back out, and it's going to be finished this week. Love it. So cute. And when this one is done, well, not right when it's done, but this year I'm going to stitch this one, which is Grandfather's Barn. Again, I'm going to leave the top off and the words and just do that part, and that's what I dyed the other fabric for. There's that one. Okay. The next one, this was my birthday start. My birthday was the first week in December, and I have had this kitted up for a long time, and I've been wanting to do a preschooler, so I decided this was going to be my birthday start. And it is my preschooler. It is called Christmas Village. And I know a lot of people are stitching on this for Ginger Scholl's birthday start, but I had already actually started this before they even did the sale. This is stitched on 18 count fiddler's cloth. I love preschoolers on fiddler's cloth. So, and that's where I'm at. And this is, I stitched on this when we were sitting with my father-in-law. And this is in my basket, although I have not, this is all I stitched in December. I have not picked it up in January, but I'm going to leave it in my basket because I plan on stitching on it in February. Because I want to keep going. I want this done before my birthday of this year in December. So, love it. Love it, love it. Want to get back to it. Alright. The next one. This one is called Bees and Birds Sewing Roll by Stacy Nash. And I'm just going to do the sewing roll. I'm not doing, there's a scissor fob and a biscornio. I'm not doing those. I'm just doing the scissor roll. Love this. Love it, love it. It's so pretty. I am stitching this on 18 count Cottage Stone. I think it's Cottage Stone by, hang on, I do have this one written down. Cottage Stone by Color and Cotton. And I had a scrap of it, and it was big enough. Sorry, I've got a light. That light is driving me crazy. That didn't help. Anyway, using I'm using my own color conversion. I have some Victorian model threads. I have some Color and Cotton threads, some DMC. Just love this. This bird, his breast is stitched. You can see it really good in real life. It's not showing up too well on the camera, but love it. And then in this bag, because I plan on starting it this month still, these are the Animal Cracker series by Stacy Nash. And I'm planning on stitching both of these. I don't know which one I'll start first. I'm doing my own colors on this one also. I don't like the head on this one, so I'm going to stitch this head on this bird also. So they'll be the same. But the birds will be different colors and that. Oh, so cute. Last year I did the snowmen of her Animal Cracker series. And, oh, they were so much fun to stitch. Perfect fill-in. And the finish was a lot of fun. I finished them just like she said to finish them. Alright, the last one in my basket is Preschooler Santas. So I get together once a month with my friend Carol, and we have lunch, and then we spend the afternoon stitching. And I decided this year this is going to be what I take this year when I go and stitch with her. For one, it's easy stitching, so when we're sitting and chatting, you know. But I am going to do some Prairie Schooler Santas. I'm not doing all of them. I think I've chosen 8 of them. And I have a finishing idea and a display idea that I want to do in my house for Christmas. So I don't have pictures. I put the charts up, so I only have my working copy. But this one is the 2005 Santa, and it's a quilting Santa, so he's holding a quilt. The fabric I am using on this, I've wrote this one down. I ordered it from 123 Stitch years ago, and it is called Jobelin Ada by Witjolt. It is hand dyed, and it's called Sand Castle. That's the colorway, and it's just a really good, kind of a darker tan color, so the white just shows up perfect on it. And anyway, that's where I've gotten since, because we've only stitched this year. We only stitched in January. We haven't gotten together yet again. And so that's what I got done that day that we stitched together. So anyway, absolutely loving it. Okay, now what? Let's do some finishes. These are finishes that I finished in December, and I also have my first finish of 2024. So the first one is, I think it's called Cabin at Winterberry. It's by With the Needle and Thread, and I think it's called Cabin at Winterberry Farm, or Winterberry Cabin, something like that. It's stitched on 18 count Ada. I believe this is Bee's Knees by Seraphim, and using my own thread conversion. I think I've decided I'm going to make this into a pillow. I want it to be kind of a big pillow that I could put on my couch for Christmas. Anyway, so that's number one. Another one that I did, this is called Merry Christmas. This is out of the Blackbird book, Peppermint and Holly. That book was a unicorn for me, and when she showed that she was putting that book out for reprint, I could not order it fast enough. This is stitched on 18 count. It's just a pale yellow. Might be called Corn Silk, maybe, by Seraphim, or I don't know. Color and Cotton, I don't know. It's just a pale yellow. My own thread conversion. And what I did is, when I got that book, I went through and I chose all the charts that I'm going to stitch. I've already cut fabric for it. I've pulled floss, which a lot of the floss I pulled is going to be used throughout all of the charts in there, so they'll all coordinate. Love it. Just absolutely love it. And another one that I finished in December, this one I do have the chart. It's called Deck the Halls Pink Heat by Stacy Nash. I used my own color conversion. I think I had something kitted up and I just pulled the colors. It was a Christmas thing I had, and it might have been Start that I had, and I just used colors from that. So I'm not even sure the colors I used. Here it is. Love it. It was just on a piece. I don't even know the fabric. It's 18 count. I do know that. I do have the ribbon here. I'm going to make it into a pillow. This is the ribbon that gets tied around her waist. So I have that. And then this is the fabric I'm going to use on the back of it. Here, let me see if I can. I'm so out of practice, I don't even know how to hold stuff up. So, there's that one. Love it. Alright, and then my first finish of 2024, and if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen this. It is a biggie. This was a New Year's Day start, I believe, in 2022. So I am so glad to have this done. And out of my whips. I used all the called for DMC. The only change I made to it is, oh, this is by Madame Lafie. I think is how you say it. And I'm not sure, I don't know how to say the French name, and that's what it's under, but it translates to A Country Life. And it had some French words up here, and so I didn't want that. So I just charted out Nana's Kitchen, and then backstitched Homemade right there. It's a 14 count. I'm not sure of the fabric. It's one of those ones that's printed on one side but not the other. It's kind of a, you can't really tell it in the screen, but it's kind of a, it has kind of a yellowy tan tint to it, I guess. So anyway, there was that one. And then I have some fully finishes that I have finished in the last couple of months. The first one, I stitched this in let's see if there's a date on here. I didn't put a date on it. I stitched this a couple of years ago. 2021, I think. And I knew I wanted to find a frame for it, and I was out at the thrift store one day and I found this frame. I thought, I wonder if it will fit. So I brought it home and it did. So I painted it and stretched it, and there you go. This is called Green Gables. I think it's called Green Gables. It's by JBW Designs. And I think I just used the DMC conversion on it. It did have some 1/1 for the words. And since I use Ada, I just did it on back. I just backstitched it. And I will say, if a chart has backstitch or has 1/1 in it, and I would like it and I want to stitch it, I will stitch it, and I will just make adjustments to how I need to. Sometimes I'll put something else in for a different motif, or like this one, I just charted the words in backstitch. Anyway, so there's finish number 1. Fully finish number 2. Now you're going to see this frame twice. This was a frame I picked up at the thrift store. It was this wide, but it was really long. Like, it was long. This one and the other one I'm going to show you, I was like, oh, I hope both of these will fit. If my husband cuts them down, they will fit, because both of these frames were perfect for these 2 pieces I'm going to show you. So this first one is called Paper Snowflakes. It is by With Thy Needle and Thread. It is stitched on 18 count Ada fabric that I dyed, and I think it is Evening Blue and Taupe. Using all of my own, it's using my own conversion on floss. Just look at that. Love it. This one was just a tiny bit tight on the edges, but none of the stitching is under the frame. The stitching goes right to the frame. Oh, love it. The other one is this one. Sorry. A couple of pieces of loose thread. This one is called, I think it's called Needle and Thread, or with Needle and Thread, and it's by Samplers Not Forgotten. And it is stitched on 18 count light blue Ada. It's not over dyed or anything, it's just a light blue Ada. And using my own thread conversion. Some of them are over dyed, some of them are DMC. Love it. This is another one that had over 1. I think the thimble was over 1. Oh, and then it had all these specialty stitches. All these bands right here are specialty stitches, and some of them you can't do on Ada. So I just kind of, some of them I made my own specialty stitches. I think it had a date here. I didn't put the date there. I put my initials up here. Love it. So pretty. Alright, the other thing I wanted to show you is this little needle book. This is by Stacy Nash. I don't know what it was called, and I don't have the chart right with me, because it had four different designs that you stitched, and then you put one on the front, one on the back, and then you put one each on the inside. And I decided I want to do two different needle books because I don't want the stitching on the inside. So I do an advent with my friend. I've talked about, when I've done videos before, I've talked about my advent I do with my friend, and we always do a stitched piece. So this was her stitched piece this year, and when I stitched hers, I stitched mine too. And so I'm going to do the other one. This one, I wanted it to be more Christmas, so I kind of pulled my own colors to make it Christmas. On hers, I put her initial here. On mine, I put mine. This, I think, was on the chart. This was not. This was, I took this from a Blackbird Designs, out of one of the designs, because the bird that was here on the Stacy Nash chart, I didn't care for it. I don't know. There was a reason I didn't do it. I can't remember. And then I just followed Stacy's instructions inside of the chart and made the little needle book. Super easy. So cute. Stitched a little piece of wool on here for needles. So anyway, there we go. All right, what else have I been working on? I've done some wool applique. So I have a tier tray sitting on the island in my kitchen, and for fall I decorate it, for Christmas I decorate it, and then it sits empty because I don't decorate for spring, and I don't decorate for like Valentine's or St. Patrick's Day or anything like that. I do want to do some patriotic pillows and stitches to put into it, because I do decorate a little bit for patriotic from the 1st of June until the end of August. Anyway, so I have 6 months my tray sits empty, or 5 months. So I decided to make some stuff for it. And I saw these. This is wool applique, and they're ornaments, and they're actually Christmas ornaments from Buttermilk Basin. And I thought, oh, those would be so cute in my tier tray for the months that I don't have anything to put in it. And so I'm doing them as pillows instead of ornaments. Like on the whisk, I left off the holly. I did use the kit wool that came in the kit. But I have some kitchen fabric that I found in my stash as I was kind of going through some things here a while back. And so I'm going to make them to pillows and using that kitchen fabric, and they're going to be so cute. And then I have some like old utensils and different things that I got when we cleaned out my mom and dad's house that I'm going to put with the tier tray, and it's going to be so cute. So I've got these all stitched down. The fabric that's stitched on did not come with the kit. It was out of my stash, but I've stitched these all down. So there's the mixer, and I do have to there's a button that goes here, and then there's some little buttons that go along there. And the oven mitt, and then the whisk, and there's baker's twine that came in the kit that you use for hanging for ornaments. I'm just going to tie a bow using that baker's twine. This is the apron. I still have to put the buttons on there, and then I found some charms, and with all my charms, there's a spoon and a spatula, and I'm going to stick them into the apron pocket. The rolling pin on the ornament, it's like this, and the bow is going across like this. I decided to do it like this so that it could be a pillow like this. In hindsight, I wish I had done it this way because I have a measuring cup that I thought, oh, I could stick this down in it, and if the bow was up here, then it would show better. Whatever, anyway, it's done. And there is the mixing bowl. So anyway, that's some wool applique. I don't do a whole lot of wool applique, but I thought those were really cute, and they stitch up super fast. All right, now on to embroidery. All right, so I've been doing quite a bit of embroidery. I babysit my twin grandbabies. They are almost 20 months old, and they are everywhere. I babysit them 2 days a week, and they keep me on my toes, and by the end of the day, I'm just exhausted. But it's fun. I enjoy them. And usually during the day, during the week, I will spend the day in my sewing room and working on quilts. But when I have them, I can't be in my sewing room. I don't want them in here because they're into things, and I just don't want them to get hurt in here if I have my iron on or whatever. So on the days I have them, I need a project that I can set aside really quick if they need attention, or if they're napping, I can work on it, and then if they wake up, I can just put it aside. So I am doing embroidery. And one of the things I'm working on is by Kathy Schmitz. Every year she publishes, or she does a panel. It's a pre-printed panel, and it's a stitch along that you can do with her. Sorry for the crinkling. It's a stitch along you can do with her. That and she does a monthly video on her YouTube channel, just under Kathy Schmitz. And anyway, you just do a little square a month, and by the end of the year, you have a little wall hanging that you can make, or a little panel done that you can make into a wall hanging. So this year, this is the panel. You can go to spoonflower.com. It's SPOONFLOWER. And you can order the panel. It's a fat quarter. And then you can also order a fat quarter of fabric for the backing fabric for it when you're done. I chose not to do that. I'm just going to use fabric for my stash, but I did order the panel. She gives suggested floss that you can use, either DMC or Valdani. And I just went into my stash and I chose to use Cherry Cobbler by Classic Colorworks. I hope I have enough. I may have to order another one of this, but that's what I'm using because I wanted a little bit of variegation. So anyway, this was the first month, and it's just, I'm doing the stem stitch on it. There's a few back stitch, a few running stitch, and some. I do not do French knots, I do colonial knots. And if you are someone that does not like to do French knots, try a colonial knot. Just go on YouTube and search colonial knot. They're so easy to do, and they turn out so much better than a French knot. In fact, very seldom do I have a colonial knot not turn out right. So anyway, that was January's. In February, I'll do February, and I'm just going to do it monthly. Like just follow her little stitch along that she's doing. And then I was going through my going through things because I've kind of been organizing, and I come across one of her panels. Sorry for the crinkling. One of her panels from 2021 that I had ordered. And it's this one. And when I ordered it, so let me backtrack a little bit. this you can order in red, blue, or green. So I did the red. This one you could also order in the red, blue, and green. And when you ordered this one, you got the Valdani floss with it. And I kind of was late in the game on getting this one, and quite honestly, I don't know if you can get this one anymore. But I was late on the game, and so the only color that was left was the blue. So that's what I got. And this is the panel. Hang on just a second. I gotta put stuff up or I'm gonna... This is the panel. So anyway, I come across the panel. As I was saying, I come across the panel and I thought, well, I'm gonna pull this one out and work on it this year too. And so there is the January one. And I believe back when, so she did one in 2022 also, and I didn't get that one. But I know that in 2021, when I ordered this one, she did have videos every month. They're just short videos. They're like 10, 15 minutes. And she just kind of explains the stitches that she uses and everything. So, oh, so cute. So that's 2 embroidery that I am currently working on. And then my other embroidery I'm working on is, I've showed this before when I was doing videos with Kathy. It is a quilt called Summer Kitchen by Crabapple Hill. And it's a quilt, but all of this is embroidered. This is embroidery. This is embroidery. All these little, you know, squares are embroidery. There's some embroidery in the sides here. And anyway, this quilt is going to be so cute because I've already picked out my fabric that I'm going to use for it. And it's just, it's going to be so cute. So it's not going to, anyway, it's going to look more scrappy than this. And it's just going to be cute. Anyway, so I've got all of the bigger pieces. All these bigger pieces are done. And I've showed them in previous videos. But I pulled this one out and finished this one. This is the one of the long panels, and it is it's supposed to be like handkerchiefs or tablecloths or tea towels, probably. I'm gonna guess tea towels. That are maybe hanging on a shelf. And oh, so cute. Here I am. So this is all finished. All the stitching is done. There's that one. And that one. Hope you can see these because I can't see if you're seeing them. And that one. So that's a great big long piece that I finished up. And then I'm working on this one now. This is the recipe cards. With all these old recipes, and some of the cards look like they've been stained on and very well used and loved. And this is where I'm at on this one. I am about halfway done. So, done with those, and those, and I'm working on that one. And then I've got the rest of them here. So, oh, so cute. And Crabapple Hill patterns, they usually have you color on with crayon or with colored pencils. And I just didn't want to do that on this one. I just wanted to do the embroidery. I'm going to get that one done. I have one more piece to do. And it's a great big long piece, but it's going to be this scalloped border. And then when that's done, I can assemble the quilt. So, and I'm excited. I'm excited to get that one finished this year. And yeah, I have thoroughly been enjoying embroidering. It's something that's super easy. You don't have to do a lot of concentrating or thinking about it. So it's really good for days I do have the babies that, you know, I can pull it out and work on it while they're running around doing their thing, or, you know, when they're napping. All right, a couple other things, and then I'm going to be done. So I have been doing some sewing. I haven't done a lot of, my sewing machine started giving me fits and kept bringing up an error code. It was bringing up error codes, and I've had it into the shop for a few times, and they've tried different things on it. It ended up being a sensor, and it has since been fixed, and I just got it back last week. So I haven't done a lot of quilting in the past couple of months, but before that all happened, I did do some sewing, and I made this bag. This is a by Annie pattern that I used. I used the Lori Holt decorator weight fabric, and I just wanted a simple tote bag, and that's what this is. It does have pockets on this side, so there's a pocket here, and then there's a pocket here, and then it does give you the option to do pockets on the inside. I did not do that. I think the pattern is called Amanda. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. It does give you the option to leave it open, or you can have a zipper. I did not do the zipper. You can take I was thinking about doing like a tab, like sewing a tab on this side, and then it comes over, and there was a magnet here to kind of hold it closed. I couldn't find my magnets. I know I have some. I just couldn't find them, and I wasn't going to spend a lot of time looking for them. But this super easy. If you know how to sew, I did this in an afternoon. Like literally like 3 hours it took me to sew this. Anyway, I like that one so much, I decided to do another one. So I made two of them. Exact same thing. The only thing I did different on, I think this was actually the first one I made. When I did this one I followed the instructions to do this, to make the straps themselves, not attaching the straps, but the straps themselves. I changed it up a little bit, and because I think doing it the original way it said to do it, I thought it made the straps look messy, the stitching on them, and so I changed it. Anyway, it's super easy, and if you know how to sew, you know, you learn how to figure out different things. But anyway, that's my other one. This is the fabric on the inside. Anyway, the other thing I did is I wanted a crossbody bag. I don't like carrying a purse, and I don't like when I go into a store having a wallet in my hand or whatever, because I like my hands free to shop. And so I wanted a crossbody bag, but I wanted something small. And so I made some. I want something that would fit my wallet, my keys, and my phone. Pretty much it. So I decided, I had some leftover fabric from this bag, so I made this. Now I did this on my embroidery machine. This is a Kimberbell pattern. I did it on my embroidery machine. The whole bag is made on the embroidery machine. The quilting on it is that you put the zipper in. It tells you when to put the zipper in. It tells you, I mean, this whole bag is literally made on the embroidery machine. The only thing that is not is the strap. And I did have to make the strap with my sewing machine rather than embroidery. So as a zipper, this is the inside. Oh, so cute. So I made that one. And then I thought, well, I want another one. I want one so I can have one for the fall and winter and one for the spring and summer. So this will be my spring and summer. And this next one is my fall and winter. Kathy had gone to a retreat this fall, and she had bought some of this fabric. This is Lori Holt decorator fabric, decorator weight fabric. And she had bought a yard of it, and she cut it in half and split it and gave me half of it. And I thought, oh, that's so cute. So I decided I would do a crossbody bag using that. So same thing, all the stitching, everything is done on my embroidery machine. This one, I just put a piece of muslin in it for the inside. And anyway, so I made 2 of those. It took me an afternoon to make it. The only thing I did different on these ones is it has you, because I use these D-clips, and the pattern does not call for the D-clips, it calls for some other kind of clip, so that you make the tabs and everything, and then after it's all sewn together, you can attach, because they're key rings is what it was, and so you just, you know, how you put a key on a key ring, that's how you attach them to this. And I did these D-clamp, well, they're not even D-clamps, they're just square kind of rectangle clamps. And so before I sewed the tabs down, I put them on this side of it and then taped it down so that it wouldn't catch on my embroidery machine. I don't know if that makes any sense. And then when I made the straps, I just made the straps and then I just put it through here, folded it over, and then just stitched it right there to make it, to attach that. All right, and the last thing, I just finished this up yesterday. I put the binding on it yesterday. I had embroidered, this is also on my embroidery machine. I had done each of these blocks quite a few years ago. I had bought this kit. And this is a Kimberbell pattern, and I bought the embroidery version because I was using my embroidery machine. They also have a sewing version that you can use, and then you just machine applique. But this is machine embroidered, and I had done the embroidery part a couple of years ago, and last year, 2023, I put it together and then got it quilted, and then couldn't do anything with it till I got my machine back, but I put the binding on it. And it's called We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Anyway, so cute. Let me sew the aprons. So cute. Anyway, and it's just a wall hanging size. I have a shelf in my kitchen that my husband built me, and it has the supports that come down, and I have a curtain rod in there that I can hang quilts on, and that's what I wanted this quilt for, was to hang at Christmas time. So this is the backing, and then I did a hanging sleeve that the curtain rod can go through. So anyway, there you have it. Those are some things I've been working on. I don't know how often I will do this. I'm hoping that I'm hoping soon that Kathy and I can get together and do a video. We'll see. And I don't know how often I'll pop in and do videos in between her videos. But I've been thinking about it for a while, and I thought I just wanted to sit down and do it, and just kind of show you and catch up with you and of what's been going on with me and what I've been working on and everything. I do show everything on Instagram, and I've kind of made it not a goal, but I kind of made a decision that this year I'm going to try to post weekly on Instagram of what I've been working on that week. I may not show everything I work on that week, or may not show everything, or like especially with my quilts, I may not show as I'm working on a quilt, but I'll post on there if I finish a quilt top. I mean, it may not be quilted, but I'll do that, or I may do embroidery for 2 or 3 months and then show you all the post pictures of what I've been working on for 2 or 3 months for embroidery, just things like that. So anyway, so follow me on Instagram. I'm at So Cozy Stitching. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. Bye.